ready than we were, so we're going to hop straight into our third place matchup. It's Nitrous and company on Limitless up against Anxiety, Creed, and Vexy. From earlier tonight, that's the Origin roster, and, well, they made it to this top 4 to get swept by Scuzz. As for Limitless, they made it there all the way to the semifinals, getting taken down by Gentlemen. So these two will have an opportunity to fight for that third place prize of $200. Absolutely nothing to scoff at there. And of course, I'm happiness from the last series. Back on board with us is the one and only legend himself, Dirty.
Well, thank you very much. Glad to be back out of that wonderful break. Gives me a little bit of a voice of a, catch up with everything, you know what I mean? It's great to be back. Again, you've seen, of course, Limitless go against their opponents, and of course, I've seen Origin go against their opponents, but I feel like Limitless is going to have a little bit of advantage at this first game of the best of 7, due to the fact they just came out of the game. They're already kind of ready and good to go, while Origin's kind of a little bit of cold hands. Yes, they may be practicing or had some scrims beforehand set up right away, but it's not going to be the same as going into a competitive match like this right after. So, again, I can't wait for this. I'll tell you that right now, Happiness.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so exciting. And maybe even for Origin, you don't want to necessarily come in hot hands if the hot hands are off of a 4-0. So who knows? It could actually play into their advantage instead. Having a little bit of time to mentally reset after that 4-0, and they're looking pretty strong so far. Big save there from Anxiety. Is able to keep it out for now. We've already seen 4 saves from the side of Origin so far. So Vexy, Anxiety, and Creed all stepping up in the early parts of this game, but we're making our way into the middle of the match, and it's been so many shots for Limitless, so that really makes you wonder, are Origin going to be able to strike first? The answer is yes, is Creed! Breaks through the center of the field and makes it a 1-0 lead for Origin.
And you can see right here, and I think you agree with me, Happiness, is we had, of course, them sitting back in their own net, taking shot after shot after shot. They are reading their opponents after that. Now they're jumping out, and now they're on the attack, and that's what happens from nice patience play. And that was going to be responded back by Skills, making it a tie 1-1, only 2 minutes in, and now we're going to be having right after the other goals. I love this already.
Oh, it's going back and forth as soon as we get into the server. And, well, we come back off a break to a fantastic game like this. I don't think that's anything anyone can complain about. As now, early possession here for Anxiety, but not going to be able to do too much in the corner. Creed 50-50's off to the side, but Vexy's a little off, so Skills should have first touch. Touches up BU. Could have a goal, especially after that miss from Anxiety, but it's not meant to be. Nitrous over to the side, but Creed eventually gets a good clear. Up to Vexy, denied by Skills. Both of these teams right on top of one another as soon as they try and go for a shot on goal, or even just a pass towards the net, and they are all over the field on both sides of the pitch, but right now, nobody being favored as we're still game 1 and we are still tied. That is a lovely sight to see, considering the rest of this game should be just as close as the early part of the game has been.
Exactly. We have Limitless definitely shooting a lot of balls on net, where we already have 6 shots on and 4 were saved. So, you definitely have, of course, 1 going in. You definitely at least got like a 1 of 6 chance of on accuracy point of not hitting that goal. So we've had a lot of aggression from both teams. It looks like Limitless is putting a lot of aggression. Origin kind of sitting back and now analyzing everything like that. And right now it's just becoming a very, very anxiety-ridden game, I can say right now, is what I can say. It really is.
Yeah, as much as that is a pretty solid play on words, it's elevated by the fact that it definitely is an anxiety-riddled game, especially for Anxiety and his team of Origin. They only have 1 shot on goal so far this game. It came from Creed and it went through, which is obviously how they're at a 1-1 scoreline. But Vexy trying to make it a second shot on and a second shot in, but denied by BU. And, well, eventually the save is there for Nitrous. Now Creed in the middle of the field can't get the angle he was looking for. And now it's sent just over the net, the backboard. Touches back out to Skills, but BU is going to be the one who really tries to advance it. And although that is denied by Vexy, nobody else on Origin is far enough up the field. So now, as opportunities again on offense for Limitless as we close in, we're within the last minute now. We might be going to overtime if neither team steps up.
Exactly, only 40 seconds left, still 1-1. First game of the best of 7 series. And right now, again, it is back and forth, a lot of clears. We need to see a little bit more control of the ball and a lot more passing plays to create some more space and more accurate and sustainable shots on net. And it's going to be BU now, up with the ball, looking over the Nitrous. It's onto the net, almost knocked away on the backboard by Vexy. And here we go, Creed now going to be doing the same thing. Going to be hitting almost to the backboard, knocked away by Nitrous. 10 seconds left. Ball still in the air. Will it be able to go into the net in the end of this, or is it just going to be going down for another count?
Oh, Skills is up for this one. Could have the opportunity, but Vexy's sent it into the ground. Both teams were looking for that last opportunity, booming at the other side's net, but at the very end, it's last opportunity to Limitless, but they can't make it work. Now Nitrous getting first opportunity out of the overtime as well, but that's denied by Creed very quickly, and BU's going to send that middle. Now it's Skills up to the roof with it, but Anxiety with a good save, although now Skills back into the corner with it. Nitrous tried to get a shot on, and BU tried to get more offense, but neither of them work, and now it's Vexy with the ball, taking it up the field. Anxiety into the corner. Could go middle for an opportunity for Origin, but that hasn't worked out. Denied by BU, and Skills going to get the next denial as well. That touch-up for Creed could be dangerous. Needs to get back to the corner to make the next touch, but can't get there. BU demos. Nitrous' shot is good, but not good enough. Vexy with an even better save, and already the overtime's living up to the hype.
Now we're almost at the 1 minute mark. It is on the orange side. It looks like it may be an open shot, and it's his with 50 win. Nitrous pops a little bit more boost behind it, hits the Nitrous in the vehicle, and gets a little bit more run for the money, gets it past Vexy to take this first game of the series.
A great game for Limitless there, and they absolutely earned it with the number of shots they were able to put on. The defense from Origin was nearly good enough, but again, only one shot from the Origin side. It went on, and there were other shots that weren't close enough to be counted as shots on goal, but for all intents and purposes, Origin only really had one shooting opportunity that they were able to get close enough to the point where either A, it had to be saved by Limitless, or B, it was in for Origin. And although it did go in, the 100% goal accuracy isn't going to work out if you only have one shot and the other team has shot 10 shots on your net, actually 11. 10 of them, or 9 of them didn't get through, but the 2 that went through were the difference makers, BU, Nitrous, and Skills, starting off this series hot.
Definitely do agree on that. What Limitless needs to do a little bit more, they have the shots on that. They have that attack and that consistency, but they need to make sure they have more accuracy on that. They have to make sure they get past it. Maybe some demos would open up the space. Go ahead, pass it across field. Look for a little bit more double play, or even a little bit more of a solo play, just to get in an act in that and make a little bit more of a broader, wide prospect to open up that net. Open up the front ways. You know, that off-ball value is very important, especially when you get into higher gameplay like these few teams right here. And if you're going to be basically getting those demos, making rotations, stealing that boost, you're going to be seeing a huge difference in your gameplay for your team and for your players to play on that ball.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, first step before you get into the demos, before you get into the boost, you got to get out of your own half first. Get out of your own net. Make sure you're not just playing the game from the box. And then, like you mentioned, you can bring everything else in. And if Origin are able to get out of their box and immediately incorporate all those aggressive boost steals and demo plays, they will have a fantastic time here. Now, it's going to take a little bit longer for our next game to start up. One of our players had a bit of a game issue, so they had to restart, and we're just waiting for them to join up. In the meantime, though, we are still here with plenty of time to talk about the next game and analyze that last one. And I mean, Origin, it's pretty simple what the issue with their last game was. They played the whole game from within their box. Do you think that's a result of coming in cold and they were trying to get a read on the way that Limitless are going to play, or do you think that's more of a playstyle thing? I know you have experience watching Origin, so are they more of a defensive team, or do you think they're just starting to get adjusted to this team?
You know, when it came to, of course, playing against the one team that they went against, you know, it was the same thing. You know, it was always, you know, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but they did play a lot of back in the box. And how they would play from there is they would do a lot of banging the ball, basically getting it across the field and trying to make a play off of the mistakes that your opponent would make off of trying to make a play on the bang. which is actually very, very, very useful in a lot of higher gameplay. But once you figure out that they're going to be leaving a third man in the back, the bangs don't work anymore. Which kind of came off from, Orange just not being able to get to where they need to go. So, Scuzz Esports is very dope, very aggressive hockey, always able to get through the defensive plays. Right now, they need to learn how to, again, control the ball, like you said, and get it from their half onto the other.
Yeah, that's going to be the difference maker as we are finally ready to get into game number 2. We just had to make you guys wait a little longer to build that suspense, but we've already built enough, and I can't wait any longer. Getting back into the series, this, of course, the third place matchup. After this, you'll be watching the grand final between Scuzz Esports and Gentlemen, two of the best up-and-coming teams in North America, and Limitless also up there as well, BU. Trying to prove why he's here, and he deserves that spot definitely after a demo play like that, though not quite enough to get the ball across the goal line, and the strong defense from Origin strikes once again.
And here we go. Now from the orange to blue, we have that nice aggressive transition from defense to offense, looking to get it in through the middle box, but of course it's deflected away. Now finally Creed, beautiful control right there, gets it over the anxiety, Vexy the anxiety. Now Skills just has to tap it in. That was a double commit, that was too push, no one was behind.
Yeah, they just went a little too far out and a couple of misses, and well, in that situation, it's as easy as just about the easiest shot Skills will have all tournament. I can't imagine he had any easier ones through the Swiss stage. That one is it's as simple as knocking it right into the open net, and as much as open nets you can get in your own head about them, well, it's very obvious that Skills was not in his own head in that situation, was able to get that one through, making it a 1-0 lead for Limitless now. Nitrous banging it down to Skills, trying to give him another opportunity to score, but this one, or actually no, it was down to BU instead, forgive me for that one, but BU, regardless of who it was taking the shot barely even allowed to come out, and it's denied immediately by Origin. So again, strong defensive play, as now BU on the opposite side of the field taking it up, almost has that one on, but a good save for Vexy and a clear from Anxiety will clear the anxiety, at least right now, for Origin. But don't worry if you're a Limitless fan, because I can almost guarantee they'll be back on offense soon enough.
Definitely, Limitless never has a limit, do they? As we keep on running through it, Nitrous in the corner here, trying to pass it over the Skills, not able to get the touch needed to put it onto net. BU down to Nitrous again, almost again, not able to get the touch. A little bit of pressure here now on blue, where you're seeing a lot of mistakes happening over on the offense. Here we go, Nitrous again attempting, trying to get back from what they missed on the accuracy on the top, but still now able to put it in front of the net, but not all the way. Here we go. Of course, Limitless is going to be trying to push this again towards the offending side. Skills with a shot into the bottom left from that corner. That was a beautiful placement. Basically taking your time right there and hitting the right angle, and that's going to get by the defensive almost all the time.
Yeah, almost every time that'll get by, especially since the last man back was a little too far forward in that rotation, and caught out as a result were the entirety of the Origin defense. A shot on there for Anxiety, so trying to start off strong after the kickoff, but it's not meant to be. The save is there for Limitless, and now a 2-0 lead as they look to take a 2-0 lead across the entire series, but Origin will not go down that easy. Still half the game left to play, and they will be fighting hard for this win in game number 2. They want to even things back out. They don't want to go all day without taking a single game, and they're looking for their first game of the day in game number 2. However, that is not looking super likely because Limitless are off to such a good start, and they don't seem to be slowing down.
They have a lot of pressure on the field, and they're holding that pressure. And they have to get some demos by Origin, or at least get some boost deals to basically slow down the play of Limitless. And right now you can finally see they're trying to get it. Oh my gosh, that was a close redirect from the backboard, but not able to get the angle needed to succeedingly put it in. It's of course going to be still 1:40 on the clock. Creed tries to put it in again, and it's another save by Nitrous. A beautiful position just to get back in just in time. And wow, Ladies and gentlemen, the Origin is seriously trying to do it again. Anxiety looking for, of course, the hit and the flip reset. Now Vexy one alone, and it's going to be now a 2v1 to push into the net.
And as good a job as Origin have been doing on defense, it's just not enough right now. BU gets the demo onto Anxiety to give an open opportunity. Or wasn't BU getting the demo? Or wait, was it? Oh, it was afterwards. Yeah, it was.
Yep,
okay. My mistake. My eyes do not deceive me. The demo didn't really do too much to get the goal. It was just a little bit of style points, just so happened to be in the right spot. Acted as also a bit of an extension on the goal explosion as well, but regardless of that demo, BU able to put it through. Almost a great redirect again from Vexy. So close, but so far away at the same time on 2 redirect opportunities in a row. And not necessarily so far away, but so close, but not close enough, a better way of describing those both redirects from Vexy, but 2 near goals is not nearly enough to compete against 3 goals on the opposite side, and almost a goal there for Skills, then almost a goal for BU, but neither of them go through. Now Vexy finally gets the goal he's been waiting for all game. 3-1 the advantage as Origin put one on the board for the first time all series, and they are not going down easy in this game.
There it is, of course, getting a little bit too aggressive and kind of letting it down a little bit too much on the defensive pressure, thinking they had the game. And that's going to, of course, bite them in the butt when they have nobody back on the back defense rotation, and it's going to leave the net open. And here we go again, almost in there with another flip. Again, these shots are supposed to be getting onto the net. I feel if they take a little bit more time to control the ball, they can get a lot more accuracy in certain points where it'll be hard to save, or it'll just be in the net overall. A lot of these are off to the sides. Here we go, almost another pop. Here it is. Nobody in the backfield. Can they take advantage of it? No boost to capitalize on it.
Oh, so unlucky. It's so unlucky time and time again for Origin. They might be able to get one more, but that's denied as well. Origin cannot catch a break in this game, and you have to feel for them, but Limitless supporters, they've got to be feeling fantastic. A 2-0 lead, and both times the game's not really as close as they could have been. The first game, of course, did get into the OT, but Limitless were doing so much better on that offense that it felt like they were destined to win that one. And this game number 2, even better for the side of LMT, as Origin looked to be just trying to figure things out, but they can't quite catch up.
I mean, if you look at these teams right now, and I think you can see from my point of view as a coach, there's so much potential for there to be shots on net, right? But look at the saves. I mean, on Limitless, you know, they won this game for this series, right? They won this game, but there was 15 shots that they took and only 6 were saved. And they only had 3 out of those that scored. I mean, and then on the other side, Origin, you know, we have 9 shots, but only 5 of them were saved. It gets to the point where, yes, Rocket League fast is good. You know, you've seen the pros like Moist Esports versus Furia. That was the game of the World Championships there, right? Fast pace. But if you do not have the mechanics that those players have, you need to slow down your gameplay a little bit because you're just not going to get the accuracy you need. You're not going to get the amount of playtime and amount of maneuverability so your mechanics can push in to get that ball past the defense or even try to put it on net. That's what I'm trying to say. Slow down the gameplay.
All right, that's a really nice little TLDR. Slow things down just a bit, and well, it would be easier for us as well because, well, it's pretty hard to keep up when so many things are happening all at once. His Skills takes that shot, but doesn't even get the shot on goal credit, a little off to the side. And if it had been on, I think it would have been saved by Origin as well. But regardless, 2 demos really early on. As we are starting off with an explosive start, it's a bit of a minefield on the field right now, but Skills barely missing that shot, and now Vexy's got the save, almost a goal the other way, but that's denied. So it's dynamic start, not just in terms of explosiveness with demos, but explosiveness with offensive plays and shots, but none of them have gone through so far. Maybe you were right. Maybe the shooting just needs to slow down just a bit, and they got to focus on that accuracy first, because none of the shots have gotten through so far for either team. Another one denied there by Vexy from Nitrous. But, I mean, they both look really solid so far. Opportunities denied both ways, and I'm looking forward to the next 4 minutes.
Exactly. Here we go. 4 minutes, just like you said. It's back and forth, back and forth. They're finally slowing down. You can see there's a lot more tension, a lot more pressure. It almost went in, but did not get the right angle on it. Here we go, Nitrous, though, in the air, trying to get that ball across that playing field. Gonna be knocked down to BU, over the Creed. Creed looking to try to get over to the mid stop right there, but hits into the corner instead. It's gonna be just a nice defensive pressure right now. Pushing on from Nitrous. It's going to be a demo from Anxiety. That's an excellent play. That was beautiful. They just... So much pressure was released right there. That was amazing.
Even able to turn it into offensive pressure going the other way as well. It's crazy what you can do with one demo, but it's also crazy what you can do with one slight overextension, and that's give the other team a 1-0 lead. You saw Anxiety rushing to try and get back. Looked like Vexy was up a little too fast there. And Creed wasn't quite home either. Either way, it was just a little too far up the field. And, well, that's going to punish Anxiety, Vexy, and Creed. All of them, regardless of who it was who made the biggest mistake. Everybody caught too far up the field, trying to do a little too much. Too close to the sun, if you will. And now trying to get close to the other net, but nothing's gone through just yet. Almost to go there for Anxiety, but great denial from Skills.
And here we go now. Creed trying to look for Anxiety, but it's going to be introduced to Nitrous instead. Skills is going to be put into the back corner of the BU. BU is going to be taking it off of the sidewall, looking to get past not one but two defenders. Gets past almost Anxiety. Going to see if they can get it past in this midfield for a pass, but nobody is there. Still looking to keep that third man back. It's going to be Creed now pushing over towards the blue side.
Yeah, so Creed doing a great job advancing that ball up the field, but it's only temporary in Origin. Yet to really find any offensive pressure that sticks. That shot could have been the one to go, but not quite enough is Vexy putting it mid. Can't get that to go either, and Anxiety doesn't have anyone in the midfield to score on that opportunity. And oh, Skills! What a read off the back wall! What a fantastic play all the way down the field. Nitrous leaves it there for Skills, who sends it all the way across and sends it just under Creed as well. A wonderful goal to get a 2-0 lead. As many goals so far today in this game, as he had touches on that one at the very end. The double touch is so good, and now 2 minutes left for a response to come out for Origin, but it doesn't look likely. BU puts another one through, and Limitless are on a heater right now.
You can see right now we have Limitless just conceding tons and tons of pressure. Even on the kickoffs, you can see they have control of the ball, they have control of the boost, and they have control of the field. And if they don't, they get a demo and they get it back under control. This is something I love seeing right here. Now it's going to be, of course, Vexy right off of the kickoff saying, it is not over yet. Let me take this ball into my own hands, and I'll show you how to put it in the back of net as well. That is going to be pushing it now. It's going to be now basically making the gap a little bit smaller between Limitless and Origin, but only by 2.
Yeah, and although it is a little closer, it's exactly what we saw last game. They tried to make the gap a little closer towards the very end, but it was too little, and it was definitely too late. And once again, a lack of shots here. Overall, everybody on the team taking one shot on goal from Origin, and there really isn't much more you can say other than they've got to try and find a way out of their own half, because right now it looks much, much better for Limitless. Trying to find anything. Our Origin, another shot is on from Anxiety. That one saved. Vexy gonna do even more. So they're doing a really good job of creating some pressure, but it's nothing that Limitless haven't seen before, and it's nothing they can't deal with. As a matter of fact, they're gonna create some pressure on their own end. That isn't quite lethal, but it's definitely gonna leave a decent dent in the defense for Origin. But Origin eventually get more offense going back the other way, and with a minute left, Limitless with a significant advantage.
And here we go. On to the effect right here. It's going to be taken away by BU over to Nitrous. Nitrous now to the corner, trying to get a little bit of a pinch into the midfield. It's going to be dangerous, though. Put it into the mid. Almost got shot on net. Nitrous just doing a one-man show just to get it across the field. Here we go with BU. BU over now to Skills. Looks like he's trying to get into the corner. Anxiety. Nice little pinch, but not able to get it out fully. Anxiety onto the backboard. Pushing it over. It's going to be BU to respond. Goes over one defender. Gets past another. Looking for someone in the midfield. Where is the mid-second? And it is right there, Skills. Wow.
You mentioned it took a little while for Skills to come in, but was just waiting for the misplays from Anxiety and Creed. And also, you have to respect a conservative second man in a situation where you're up by 2 goals. In that situation, there's really not much you have to gain from that extra goal other than basically locking it in. And speaking of which, they have basically locked it in at this point. BU nearly able to make a clean double tap off that back wall. Instead, it's Skills back to the back wall, and then Nitrous again off the back wall. So eventually someone's got to put it through, boys. We can't just keep hitting the back wall, but they don't really care. They're already up by 3, and now in the series they are up by 3 as well, but almost putting another one through, just taking a little something for the road, but it doesn't really matter what happens here. It would seem that Origin are very attached to the idea of keeping it up to get a last one, and there it is, the confidence booster. You haven't lost by more than 2 all series, so maybe you can take that fact into the next one and feel a little better about your chances at a reverse sweep, because this would be a BO7 reverse sweep, which is not super likely, but anything can happen in Rocket League.
That is definitely true. You know, Rocket League is known for a lot of upsets. It's known for a lot of letdowns. But you know what? This is a game where we put the ball in the net and the people go wild. That's the thing about Rocket League. It's just cars and balls, but it's still amazing. And that's something that everybody can respect in the world of the RL. So something to look at right now. Of course, we have 4 at Limitless, 2 Origin, 3 up in the series with Limitless. We have a lot more, like I said, a lot more time and patience on the ball. What did that get us? More accurate shots, more shots on net, and guess what? More accuracy, and that's something going to be turning to efficiency. Now, this next game, if Limitless can get this, it's probably going to be around 5-2, 5-1, and I can see Limitless possibly taking this home if Origin does not get with the books.
Yeah, based on what we've seen so far, you'd be hard-pressed to believe it'll be anything but another W for Limitless. Game 1 looked pretty good for Origin, albeit they only had that one shot the whole game, and although it did go in, that was good enough to get them into overtime and make it a real banger of a match. An OT absolute slapper. That one did, again, get to overtime, but it still went the way of Limitless all the same, and it seems they have powered up since then. Won the first game by 1 goal, the next game by 2, and the last game technically by 2, thanks to a 0-second goal by Origin after Limitless kind of didn't really care too much anymore, so I feel like spiritually it's like a 3-goal win, but I can't really say that because it's not true. But already starting the series off strong with the quickest goal we've seen all day. Vexy trying to let the chat know things are changing, and the times definitely are a-changing if that goal is any indication.
Vexy with the sexy startup right there, putting it right in the bottom left, showing it everyone, like you just said, it's not over. 1-0, I mean, that was only not even 3 seconds off the kickoff. That was beautifully executed. But can they maintain this pressure? Can they maintain this confidence? That is the question. Of course, we're going to have Creed over in the corner right here. Vexy going to be taking it all the way over to the opposite side. There's no one there. Can they save it? Yes, they can. Anxiety over to the mid. It's going to be shot by Creed and deflected by Skills. And now, of course, it's going to be going over. Oh, it's a bump. It's wide open. There it is. What a play on the outfield. Wow.
That was about as much pandemonium as you could get in a few seconds of Rocket League. Back and forth, back and forth. You could hear the panic in Dirty's voice. One of the most composed men I've ever met in my life in the short amount of time that I've known him. Just the absolute craziness incarnate that was the last 10 to 15 seconds is unparalleled by anything we've seen through the tournament so far, but it eventually does work out for Limitless. Now it's Creed leaving off the back wall. Anxiety could have another touch, but that shot is just a bouncer that gets back to the back wall once again, so now it's BU trying to take it forward, almost with a read off that back wall, but eventually does get denied, so both teams no luck both ways.
I'll tell you this, it's a lot of backboard recently. Sometimes I don't know if we're playing soccer or basketball at some points in the game and series. But, you know, I still love this game. It's still action-packed.
Sudden transition to hoops. We're playing hoops now.
Yeah, we're playing hoops, looking for the dunks. Oh, like that. Oh, my gosh, it doesn't move. Look at that alley-oop, as we could say right there, I guess, in the moment of what we were talking about. We have Vexy putting it in. BU almost there with the full save. Could not get it out in time, and it's nudged in. 2-1. Will Origin come back?
Well, if the way this game has gone so far is any indication, they're preparing themselves mentally for the bracket not the bracket reset, but the reverse sweep, sorry. I thought of two completely different, very cool comebacks to see in Rocket League, but regardless, it's still a chance for Limitless. Over 3 minutes left for them to get back into this game number 4, and then even if they lose this, they have 3 full games after this that they would have to lose consecutively to lose this series from here, so definitely a safe spot right now for Limitless, but Origin are making it a little less comfortable. That is until BU intervenes and makes it a 2-2 game.
This is going to be nice. Look at this. It's deflected. Vexy up. Now we're going to have a nice transition from second man, from third man right there. And it's on point. Beautiful cut in for the goal. I loved it. That's awesome. Aggressive, but patiently aggressive. You know, this is like a serial killer moment where they sit there, they wait, and they come up and they strike. Yes.
Monk S. That's, you know what? Honestly, I see what you're talking about now. It's a bit of an abrupt. Oh wait, hold on. But you know what? It makes sense. You know. So, anyways, we'll get back into the actual match as we've hit 2 minutes 30 seconds left, and like you just mentioned before, Limitless. They're just waiting for the right opportunities to strike. They've found 2 of them so far, but they've also let up more opportunities than they have in games past to Origin, and Origin have been making good on set opportunities. Demo there onto BU. Anxiety. Could have just made a really good shooting opportunity for one of his teammates, but instead it's an opportunity for Nitrous going the other way, but denied by Anxiety. BU is going to get that pass to the midfield. Skills with the shot, but that's gone a bit wide and a bit high. Next shot followed up from Skills is saved by Creed. So Vexy now trying to take it down the field, gets a demo, but the 50-50 didn't go his way. So now that Skills has taken the next touch, it could be offense for Limitless, but it's kind of just stalling out. No shots really in the past 15 seconds for either team, but a heck of a lot of possession and a really good job holding the ball on the opposite side of the midfield for the side of Limitless, and they look like they're just waiting for their next shooting opportunity to make this a 3-2 lead and then eventually lock out this series in a clean sweep. And Nitrous says, we want this sweep and we want it now. Oh, what a flip reset. As Sweep puts it all the way over the defense, and Skills is there to just barely edge it through in case Creed had the save. Skills says, no you don't.
That was a crazy play right there for Limitless to now come up to 3-2 over Origin. Here it is. Oh my gosh, Nitrous again pushing it over. Almost gets a little bit of a dunk over Vexy. That would have been crazy right there. Creed now in the corner, looking to get some little bit of a push over to Anxiety. Is it made? Nice little fake there. Almost gets it over the Vexy now. And again, it's going to be a banger over to the mid. No, not reached again. There is always going to be a push over the mid, but it's never finished with Origin. And it's, of course, going to be Limitless with the perfect defense rotations to make sure that nothing goes in.
Yeah, and it is just consistently really solid rotations from Limitless. They're all getting back defensively as soon as Creed is going on for that shot, but it's saved away by Nitrous. Now another shot there for Vexy, but great defense to send it away quickly, and a swift clear into the orange half will mean that Origin back on the ropes once more. Vexy trying to clear down the field, continues to follow. It's off the back wall, but nobody's there. Nobody else from Origin's still alive. Creed went a little early and Anxiety got exploded, but now Vexy's gonna get another shot. That one's off the crossbar again. 10 seconds left. Anxiety now gonna leave it in the middle. Creed with another touch, but nothing else can happen after that. Nitrous with that clear might have just locked it out. It looks like Skills just gonna put another one through. Flex on you just like that. Make sure that you know Not only are you not getting a 0-second goal, Skills is getting a 0-second goal, and you are getting a 0-game series, a clean sweep for Skills, BU, Nitrous, and Limitless.
Now that is a crazy sweep series, and just a way to end it right off of that backboard, just sneaking it in and just saying this is ours. That was basically the street sweeper going through and just taking out the trash at the end. And I would say this though. I'll say this. Origin is still a good team because they made it this far. They got fourth place out of how many teams, out of how many people have qualified in this tournament. I will give Origin props for definitely getting up